right? Shalom. Give me a moment and we'll get started. All right, Shalom. To keep it in the pocket. We got people out here walking their dog, which is fine. You know, respect. You know, let's get along with all men. All right, so all right, I'm at the what I call the new spot again, and you know, scoping it out. Weird little weather. Look like chariots are passing overhead. Is what it is. Try not to scare the locals in the area. You know. Anyway. They're out exercising and walking their dogs, and it's getting colder right now out here. Nonetheless, it is what it is. We're gonna get started. All right. We're the Hebrew Israelites. We come in week and week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great. Right? Wake up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, the people on the sun. Right? Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, speckled bird. Right? And yeah, the sign might be covered up. It's got, you know, a little camouflage and some body armor on it. Somebody comes up and asks a question, I'll be glad to answer. Or maybe not. Guess what? The famine of the word is here. All right? We're out here to speak to our people, not just our people, but the elect of our people, and we'll know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai whether you are of the hopeful elect or not. Anyway, first and foremost, and as always, all praises due to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Makakadash, double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops and GMS, even the elders that came before them and taught us his truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers all pushing the word in truth and in sincerity. The hopeful elect tabernacle of David, the Aqua to listen and learn and be in a pillar of rest. 144,000 and 1/3, the hopeful elect of Israel, the brother Yeshua. Shalom. Salaki for a moment. The lawman did roll up on me right before I got started, which is good. Asked me what I was doing, and I'm like, hey, make a little video, you know, preaching the gospel. He said, okay. So he's over there, he's kind of got my back, you know, if need be or whatever. Just gonna keep it light. Keep it quiet. Anyway, the weather, you know, the weather should tell you, right? Again, it looks like chariots are passing. The clouds are moving as one across the entire skyline. You have to consider, right? Why? Because we're walking in the spirit, right? The times that we're in right now, you have to consider. Damn, that would look like a pheasant. The times you're in right now, right? On balance alone, let's just deal with balance, all right? Because a false balance, let's get that. But on balance alone, with all the wickedness, with all the witchcraft, right? Whatever happened at the Grammys, whatever's about to happen on Sunday, the Superb Owl, with all the wickedness going on, the opening of portals and all of that, right? You got the left hand representing what must you have. You got to have that balance. So what does that mean? That means that you know that Michael and the archangels are here, right? Why? How do we know that, right? Well, because the prophecies tell you. Are they not coming in like the enemy not coming in like a flood upon Issachar right now? Okay, just because you're being protected, Lord willing, you might be in this bubble watching everybody else, be judged right now. You got to consider that. See? A just weight is his delight. Okay? Let's just get that, because if you're not moving spiritual, all right, when you're moving, you see the clouds moving a certain way, hey, that's the angels. The angels are moving with you. That's a given. You got to be right there in this day and age. You got to be walking in the spirit with nothing but 100% faith, right? We got to be working on 100. We got 100% truth. We need to be working on 100% faith. Okay? And striving, whatever it is, striving to achieve it, for sure. What the hell? I'm being blocked over here. It's a lot. It says that I'm attached. Come on, dude. What are we doing? Well, what is it? False balance? Let's see if I can find it in my notes, because this is acting goddamn. Let's see. Can I find another one? What is today? Oh, you know what? I know why. I haven't paid my bill. Wow. Well, that's good. That makes sense. So they're not giving me my live stream. I mean, my tether. That makes sense. All right. So anyway, if a brother could put a false balance, right, is an abomination, I'll quote it. Anyway, because again, walking in the spirit right now, dictates what? Here at GMS, right, we got 100% truth. Well, what do we need with that? We need 100% faith, right? 100% faith equates to walking in the spirit. Okay? Knowing that you're on the battlefield, but you're fighting a spiritual battle. Shit, I might have to pay my bill and online in front of everybody just to get some power. me see. Might have to do that. Let's see. This is 2 Corinthians 2. First Corinthians 2. It's a lot. Let's start at what, 14? Second Corinthians 2 and 14, but the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High. So we got to be walking directly in the Spirit right now. Okay. From henceforth, from here henceforth, straight through the chariot. You got to have that tunnel vision right now. You got to have full faith and full trust in the things that you already have. So lucky, Lord willing, we'll get 1 Corinthians 2 and 14, but the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them because they are spiritually discerned. Okay, so you have to understand, nobody's going to understand you. Right? They're not gonna get it. You can't expect nobody to understand you. Right? Even those standing right next to you, who you thought were gonna make it with you, somebody gonna lift up, suddenly they ain't gonna understand. You can look and say, what? Shake your head and go, wow, you understand, and you got to keep it moving. Okay? Why? Because he wasn't walking spiritually. And here comes the sifter. You got to know, see, right now, got to know how, and Lord willing, the hopeful elect, hopefully you make it, pray for each other, but got to know how the period of the Passover works. You got to know that a month before and a month after the Passover is fair game for anything, right? Right? So with that being considered, you got to take that into consideration first, right? When you understand that, and shit is already fucked up right now, wow. We're a couple of weeks away from the Passover. So there's the time before, which is now, and shit's tough now. Coming up to it, which is absolute sifting season. I've seen crazy things happen on that day. Okay? Years and years and years ago, like spirit moving. Here it is, we're all supposed to go to jail. We get delivered. Crazy, things. So anything can happen going up. And then after, it's the same thing. Afterwards, weeks after. So to understand that, just to understand the sifting before and after the Passover, which we're coming up on, to understand that, and to know how out of control shit is right now. Put those two things together and consider that. Right? Salam. slippery slope. Everything is slippery right now. So you really have to look within yourself into your mind's eye and ensure that you got this, right? And even when you do, that don't mean you do. You still got to have that humble respect, right? That at any time you might slip, right? That and then see, how do you ensure certain things? There's certain things that the Most High holds in high esteem other than other things, right? We all know he hates pride, but see, there are little things that he likes, but like a shamefaced woman, right? There are certain little things that he holds in just high esteem, and that humble, that whole humility thing, right? So what you have to do, you got to reinforce your hull, right? When you make a hull, right, it takes a. You're gonna go out on the high seas, right? You're building your boat like Noah. What did Noah use? The gopher wood and the pitch, right? And he did it right, clearly. So there's things that you can build your hull with, right? That you need to be like, okay, well, what else can I do? Like, well, for me, what would that be for me? Well, for me, every day, every week you're going to hear me say this because I got to work on it. Humility, humble myself, right? Work on your ego or whatever, that whole thing. And then there's balance, right? Don't let, because a nigga will come up and say, what's your problem? Oh, you working on, and then take that, right? Put you in a headlock, nigga, and run you right into the end zone. I especially have to watch out for that, right? In the truth, right? Amazing. Here we are at the end, and a nigga will run your whole head and then do a drop kick, put you right through the uprights. So, and then that's you being gullible and not, we're sheep in the midst of the wolves. You know they're going to be there, but they're about to be weeded out. And now is not the time, You got to get yourself away from a wolf right now, right? What's a wolf going to do when the going gets tough? He can turn around and rend you. What is it? What is that? He will rend you. What's that, pearls unto swine? Because everything's coming out. Anyway, it's a spiritual walk. And here's where we're separating the men from the boys. Revelation 13:16. And it is what it is. That's the spirit. I didn't want to go there, but I'm not going to resist the spirit. Okay? 100% truth with what? 100% faith. Revelation 13:16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save that he had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So anyway, my dad knocked on the door the other day. We were just about to eat, my wife and I, and he comes in. She asked him if he wanted. She made chicken salad. It was delicious. She's really good. Hold on, y'all, about shot for her. And Dad, so we sat down, we ate, and inadvertently, I just start showing him things, and I'm like, yeah, Dad, do you know about the Stargate AI Going into the whole, this is the infrastructure, this is the image of this beast system, that you have to have this C-hip in order to, and now he's beginning to understand, and whereas he used to fight me, now he sits down, he listens, I'll show him some different things. So this time he ate, we had a good meal, it was I think he's 86, he will be 87 in July, on July 4th, if we get that far, Lord willing, I get that spiritual power and heal his ass. Anyway, as he was leaving, he said, "Thank you for the lessons, son." Right? Because I always go into, what is going on, and I was able to show it because of the prophecy, right? Showing itself, right? Because of where we are at this point. If this dude comes over here and films me, that means they're looking for me wherever I am. I know they called in that I'm over here. It was the PDs. See how they handle it. Anyway. This is Ezekiel, I believe it's the 5th chapter. Everybody sees that it's the end. The question is, what are you going to do? Because the time is so short and the door is closing. All we can do is over and over say, hey, here's the warning. Here's the warning. 7. Ezekiel 7. Ezekiel 7:3. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thine ways, and will recompense thee all thine abominations. And that's talking about Jacob. See, what's going on is judgment for everybody. You got Jake's talking about, I'm black, so there's a seat for me regardless. Okay. You're black. Because you're black, there's a seat for you regardless. Because you watched the Funkadelic cartoon. Okay. Here it is, we out here working, warning the people. You are arguing with the prophets, which is detrimental to your health. In a lot of ways, it's too late, in a lot of ways, because we're just too close, right? It's time for that judgment, man. Everybody knows it. Revelation 3 and what? Revelation 3 and 11, behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy friend. Hey, we're so close to the end, man, that you gotta, it's a different kind of patience, right? Everything is patience. You have to patiently endure, right? And shoot, the mass death hasn't started yet, but we're getting close, right? And see, you got to look at it like this. What you see before you, all right, World War II was a dry run, and it was a witchcraft spell, right? So when you hear these things, here it is. You're supposed to know what you're seeing before you find out that motherfuckers are being exterminated in a goddamn concentration. Before you find that out, that means that it had to be going on years before, right? So right now it's going on in your face, and you're like, oh, wherever, they're grabbing up all these people, but they're taking them over here. Well, they don't want them over there. Yeah, well, they're taking them somewhere, but you're not gonna, you're not gonna allow yourself to accept the fact that this is the devil, right? What's the devil do? What's he do? He's gonna relocate the Palestinians, right? And give them a great home where they can live out the rest of their lives. And he's gonna pay for it. Somebody's gonna pay for them, right? Well, China said that they'll take them, right? China will take them. Yeah, China will put them right over there with the Falun Gong, right? What is Falun Gong? Well, if you're practicing Falun Gong, you know what? We can harvest your organs. Do you know about that? Yeah, somebody will take them. Why? Because the Israelis are done harvesting their organs. Shalom, Mark. Shalom, beloved. Shalom. Yeah, what the hell do you think is going on over there? Okay? With all the women and children being killed by them bombs and stuff. You check the record and do a little research, you'll see that they go and grab them up and get what they want, right? They grab out, everybody needs a brain, a lob, right? Everybody needs Dick Cheney needed a new brain, a lob, right? A new mind. What the hell do you think the Wizard of Oz was about? Nigga, the Wizard of Oz was like, I need them organs, nigga. We gonna harvest your brains and your hearts, and we got the courage to do it, nigga. We gonna get you in toto. We're gonna take everything you got in toto. We're gonna harvest your nutsack. Okay? That's the first thing. We're gonna string you up for absolutely no reason for looking at Missy Ann. And the first thing we're gonna do is extract your nutsack. When you understand who you're dealing with, right? These motherfuckers are like this. We want to make America great again when we can harvest your nutsack and nobody is going to complain about shit. We got plenty pickle jars of formaldehyde, nigga. We want to get back to work. Right? Tell you what. See, at the last, he shall prevail at the last, right? It's almost time. See, you think that Gad, right, Gad is on the reservation. There's so many so-called Negroes that are Gadites that are going to raise up at that moment that don't even know that they're Gadites. Because you're going to prevail at the last. Well, how's Gad just going to raise up, put the bottle down and say, hey, nigga, no. Bunch of you think you're Judah, but you really Gad. I was questioning the old man while we were eating. I was like, so are we from Canada? What's you doing? And old Noah, right, was from, I'm like, oh, Noah, that's a majestic. He said, that name is out of the Bible. I'm like, yes, it is, Dad. Oh, Noah's from North Carolina. I'm like, well, what reservation? What Indians, right? Genesis 49:1, Jacob, Yaqub, called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together that I may tell you that which shall befall you what? In the last days. We're in the last of the last days right now. So what are we looking out for? Genesis 49:19, Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at what? At the last. Well, here we are. I want to see that. Scripture says, and your eyes shall see the downfall see your enemies fall, right? Paraphrasing. I want to see that, right? So who's Gad? The 5 Gadites on the plant, the Rez are going to rise up, right, and grab a hatchet and prevail. I think it's going to look a little different than that. What do you see out there on the street right now? See? Who's Gad? Who's Issachar out there right now, Northern Kingdom? Out on the street right now. I saw some shit, right? And my wife and I, we had a good laugh. He said, MAGA, Mexicans ain't going anywhere, right? I was like, what is that? That's a little clarion. That's a rallying call, right? Issachar ain't going to lay down. Salaki, brother. There we go. The water, brother. The Sirach 25:7. Yeah, Issachar's not gonna lay down. Woo. This is the brother Aziala. I hope I'm saying that right. All the way from, I think he's in Boise. He's not too far from here. I'm in the middle of Cali, but the brother Aziala, Shalom, Shalom. This is Sirach 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. Right? The man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. Right? Now, right now, of course, we long to see that, and we're kind of watching it right now because this fool is running straight into a trap, right? Like this, the Most High got this fool acting a damn fool. So looking at the city man over here. But you can clearly see the Most High, just like the Black Hawk helicopter, right? I knew what was going on with the Black Hawk. I knew that somebody had wrested control, and when that happened, they found out about the 4 bodies. They jumped off of that thing and said, oh, we don't have control. They jumped off. They guided it in. Well, that's what the Most High is doing with Trump right now. Most High, like this, Trump is like, it's just crazy to see it happening, and the blitzkrieg of it. So, I mean, at this point, what do? You're like, oh, okay, it's going to, you got to retreat. Okay, and then this whole, Super Bowl thing, this guy makes an announcement that he might, big ass bird. It's a big ass bird right on top of me. this motherfucker came at me, he's gonna slice it. I don't know why he would. I don't know why he would come at me, but if he did, I don't know. Slovakia. He went that way. Ooh, that dive though. It's like a hawk. Motherfucker was huge. Slovakia. You gonna read that again? The brother Aziala. Get the weapon away now. That's just probably the weapon. I will fuck around and cut myself. Sirach 25:7, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath the joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. Hey, my dad goes, they better hurry up. I'm like, it's gonna happen in his time, right away. But I understand his enthusiasm. He's hastening the day. He wants to see it, right? Dad, we're about to. He said, well, they better hurry up. He wants to see it. And if I'm like, I pray, if I get that spiritual power, I want to specialize in healing, right? I want to be laying on hands and be able, to restore, right? Not only do we meditate terror, but we meditate love as well. But, keep him alive. He wants to see it. I'm like, well, that goes for him too, not just me. The man that hath the joy of his children. And see, that goes both ways. I had to fight, right? I came in the truth, right? At the same time, I conceived this crazy baby ass mama, right? And so 17 years ago now, but and had to fight in the court, spending crazy money, over the course of at least, I have to say 12 of those years, right? And everything is still in place, right? If I showed you the paperwork, it's full of GMS this and the Elder Apostle Tahar. I mean, back then it was Elder Tahar. But just crazy. But that's me, putting first the kingdom and then, doing what is necessary to be a part, of your child's life. You take it for granted that that's what that is. But that, when your dad knocks on the door, right? Old man knocks on the door, has dinner with you. Well, what does that qualify as? And we're in captivity, right? And my daughter barely knows me, right? Is what it is. But it's all a setup for what? For the kingdom. This is rehearsal. That's sitting there and having dinner with my dad and having, showing the proper respect and enjoying his company. And that's rehearsing the righteous act. Go back. So back to the brother Aziala, Idaho, Sirach 25. I'm going to read it again, this time for the old men. There be 9, Sirach 25:7, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath the joy of his children. Well, all my life, right? All my life. Grinding on my the precarious situation. The other day, the elder apostle Tahar made a video. And he said, look, if you got skills, you go out and you use them, motherfucker, right? He basically said that. If you got skills, use them. So what that mean? What does that mean to me, right? Well, here's my dad. I'm eating dinner with my dad. My dad, ever since I was a child, my dad was a rock star. Still a rock star to this very day. And I'm in awe when I'm sitting with him, right? He's still a rock star to this very day. Commands the very same respect as he did when I was 5 in the 1960s. Okay, 1968. He was commanded large respect for being a rock star, right? And so naturally, I wanted to follow in his footsteps, right? And did everything possible to do that. And by all means, you know, I'd like to think that at some level I succeeded, right? Or whatever that means, you know, which means nothing in this truth. But when the elder apostle Tahar says, look, if you got skills, use them and make some motherfucking money. What does that mean to me? Number one, it means tread lightly. It means be careful, balance, proceed cautiously. Right? Why? For me, going back to what do I have to work? What do I have to watch out for? Where am I going to fall and hit that stumbling? Where am I? With that humility and that humble. Watch your ego, and before you step out there and go make a record, before you step out there and, you know, do whatever it is that you call yourself fucking doing, right? Is it expedient? How close are we to the end? You know? And whereas, you know, I don't know if music even sells it, right? But make some beats. I don't really make beats now, do I? Write some songs, right? Well, nobody's buying. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, and I'm sure that there's, the point being made is this. Whatever you do, right? If you got them skills, now is not the time to be out of balance. Now is not the time to be reminiscing or looking back. Watch out. Coming into what? Coming into the Passat. What happens? Hey, this nigga, the Pope opened up about 55 motherfucking portals, and HARP and CERN are on overdrive. Nothing but wickedness. What happens on Sunday with the Superb Owl, it's just crazy. So don't open yourself up to undue wickedness. Sunday, what are you going to do? Sunday, right? Get you a 6-pack, right? Some yayan, a bottle or whatever, and hunker down, right? If you're going to be with the brethren, then that's something different. And you still got to be, right? If you go to the Super Bowl, you're going to drink. What is a drink? Spirits. What is the world full of right now? So you got to be thinking in advance. You got to plan for this wicked celebration that could get you caught up. They call it the Superb Owl as Moloch, right? And the stage is set. What do you think the Grammys was? They got the control grid. Okay, here we go. We're moving in. Let's open everything up. And from this time until this time, they do that ritual at halftime. See, they opened it up with the Grammys. They did some sacrifice, like they did with Whitney back in the day. That was the sacrifice. And then all the way up until that halftime ritual, then that completes the ceremony. I don't know what these motherfuckers are doing, but you know that it's all connected, right? And that they've been doing this, they're masters. Stand now, nigga. Let's see if you can scare somebody with that shit. Because we're on to you, see? We know what it is, isn't it? You know, a nigga will say, oh, the halftime shit, and then go and watch it and then get bewitched, right? He didn't call on the name of Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai to, you know, he didn't bring out the scripture that no divination. You got to protect yourself in these days, okay? The elder apostle Ricard. See, every elder apostle, right? They got something that they exude the most of, right? Well, the elder apostle Ricard is the praying apostle. You gotta pray. You gotta pray more. You gotta pray more. He will motivate you. Oh, you gotta pray, and it works for him because when you dial your shit in like that on some prayer, and you're with it, you're about it, you're sincere in that whole thing. You learn how to master prayer, and you're using that as one of, you know, you might pull this sword. You got the long one, you got the dagger, and then you got that prayer. It's like your golf bag, right? A nigga will tell you, oh, well, you can't use that club. What club? Your hate club. I'm like, you use yours every day, but mine gotta come out of the bag. I'm like, I got a couple of those, right? I got a couple of those clubs. Just to lock it. I know I'm talking a lot. Stand now. The water of the brother Isaiah. Isaiah 47. What is it? 47:12. It's the enchantment. See? Meaning what? You're on the battlefield, man. It's a spiritual battle. Isaiah 47:12. And the devil then came out to your fighting position when vocab alone meets you at your foxhole, right? What is he letting you know? He's like, nigga, I scoped you out. I done got all the way up on you right now. And you're like, you slithering snake. This nigga that went and got the GPS. 47:12, right? Isaiah 47:12. This is the brother Isaiah, Idaho, over there in Boise. Shalom to the brother. And the king. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorcery, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. Okay? So you've been doing this for so long, and really you got that from the Hamites, right? Somebody said that shit. Well, it really came from all this Marina Abramovich and all of the spirit cooking. It came from Africa. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Motherfucking Canaanites and these damn the doo-doo chasers, right? Anyway, you've been doing it for so long that you've mastered it. But guess what? We're at the end of your run, right? You're being laughed at. Here's how your sorcery works. If the deception is revealed, right? It doesn't work. If we know what you're doing, if we know how the magic trick works, then there's no magic. It's just sleight of hand. It's trickery. So guess what, devil? This is what this means. Hey, guess what? You've been revealed. We know who you are. We know how you get down, right? One more. Isaiah 47:12. Stand now with thine enchantments and with a multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. When it says thou mayest prevail, that means maybe you can make someone afraid of you, right? Well, that's what Trump is doing right now. Your magic ain't working no more. You tell these people, I'm gonna pull out some tariffs on you. I'm gonna pull out some tariffs, right? 3 countries. All 3 countries said, okay, nigga, do it. I'm gonna do the same thing to you. Well, who is it gonna hurt? It's gonna hurt the American people, and it's gonna hurt Donald Trump because his economy is gonna go straight down the toilet, and he's gonna look like a damn fool. So what happens on Monday? Well, stock market goes straight down. This nigga jumps on the phone crying like a bitch and comes up with some real weak magic to try to save his ass. But guess what? We see right through it. And then China slapped the shit out of you, shut down USPS, and only brought it back out today. We know what happened, right? You was about to look real bad with your economy, or lack thereof. So you went right away and backed the fuck up and acted like you gave some, acted like someone gave you some concessions that were already in place. So we know, this is 2 Corinthians 2:11. It's starting to rain. But if it ain't raining, the guy goes, it might rain on you. I said, nigga, if it ain't raining, it ain't raining. 2 Corinthians 2. Raining now. Nigga, you training now. 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So, all you have is trickery. Let's get this real quick. This is Matthew 24, right? If you have received your instruction from Yahweh Shai, right, you're going to be all right. What is his main instruction right now? Don't be a damn fool and despise instruction. This is Matthew 24:4. This is probably the most important thing to know right now. Yeah. These pages get wet, but I can't do a damn thing. Matthew 24:4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. How does this man's magic work? Okay, it's trickery. If you understand, right? If you understand his lies and know what he's doing, then he can't deceive you, right? Like Blue Beam, right? What is this nigga doing? Well, he's trying to replicate the Most High. He has to fake, he has to try to fake an alien invasion so he can control the narrative. That's gonna happen. Hey, aliens are gonna invade the earth to bank on it, one way or the other. What's the only way that this nigga can control the narrative? Right? Well, to try to stage his own. Okay? And he's been working on it going back, all the way back. Right? All of this shit, they're compartmentalized. They've been working together, all of them. Right? What do you think Paperclip was? He said, now that we perfected these UFOs, you guys take them. And then we'll start scaring the people with our witchcraft, starting with Roswell. Right? Preparing for what? This last scare. Make these little movies like Will Smith is going to save the earth because we done used witchcraft on you niggas and inverted the story of the scriptures and the war in heaven. Made you think that Satan did an old-fashioned knuckle up with the Most High in the spiritual realm and got kicked out, him and a third of the angels. We got you on some bullshit. But you love to see Will Smith in the theater with popcorn, and you believe that somehow the angels and the Most High are the bad guys. So this nigga's done his job. right? When you understand, well, what is the so-called white man's job? His job, right, is to use the time that he was given to deceive all four corners of the earth, right? When his time is over, then the nigga shuts down. They go put his ass in the cave. Say, okay, it's like he goes to prison. Shut him up in his prison. They tell the story, right? And then his time is up and they fire him back up. What does he do? He's going to go out and kill, steal, lie about it, and cover up the tombs, destroy the reliefs and the artifacts, and make it all about him and lie. And that's the deception. When you understand his function, right? Going back to 2 Corinthians 2 and 11, when you understand what this motherfucker was programmed to do, and that's all he can do. The nigga's a one-trick pony. Revelation 20 and 2. Another brother's got something down around below. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan. All four of those names go directly to Esau. And bound him 1,000 years. They said, shut that nigga on some RoboCop shit. And afterwards, okay, nigga, we got to fire you back up. That nigga shooting, jumped up and ran straight out, lying and deceiving. Oh, this is mine. We'll change this landmark. Your name is this, right? That's all I need. The paddle ball, the control, and this chair, that's all I need, right? And this. Right? Navin Johnson, who happened to be a Jake, if you understand. He happened to be a jerk Jake. And laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, bound him 1,000 years and cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him. They had to do all that. Why? Because this nigga is so good at lying. Right now, he went the whole back way to do what? To steal the land. I never finished that stealing the land from Gad. I got to finish that one. How do I do it? Well, we get Biden in there and we get him everything upside down, get some cross-dressers teaching the kids. We just we turn everything on its ear for 4 years, right? We do the most absurd shit that we can think of. Pay motherfuckers to come in and let them run roughshod and lawlessness. We're gonna turn America all the way upside down and go against everything that we've created, right? For 4 years. Then after that, right, we're gonna say everything we did for that 4 years was wrong, right? Now we can use that to do any fucking thing that we want to do. And that's where we are. Right now we are at the point where they can say, oh, well, DEI, hey, DEI over there, nigga, I stole America proper from you. Get the fuck off of my land. You niggers and you Native American, get the fuck off of my land. I stole from you properly this time. Fuck the buffalo. And you goddamn Palestinians, you get the fuck off of our land. We're doing this. We're doing this all over the world, nigga. Why? Number one, because they can. Okay? So as they're deceiving, guess what? This is Job. This is the first, the very first precept you learn when you come into the truth is Job 9 and 54. It's the lockhead. gonna have to shut the camp down because these pages are about to get seriously wet. If they keep reading, I don't want to. Job 9. Shout out to the elder apostles for teaching us His word. Got to hold fast that which He had. Job 9 and 24. This is why this motherfucker can do what he's doing right now. He knows that he hath but a short time. So what is he doing? He's flexing his little muscle. He's exercising his little power, what he has left, as he fights himself and is about to lose everything as a result. So like Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right, so that's that old school. Let's see. Oh, look at this brother. The water brother. Clearly haven't let's see, that's Habakkuk 2 and 16. Everywhere. I'm reading, I'm so far behind. This is Habakkuk 2. I'm going to start at 14. The water to the brother Aziel. He's tearing it up on the comment board. The water brother. I'm not used to that. The water. I got to get better. I'll work at it. Habakkuk 2 and 14. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of power. So like it. Knowledge of the glory of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahshai, as the waters cover the sea. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken, also that thou mayest look upon their nakedness. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee. Woo! That's Yahweh. And shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. All right? Hey, man. The brother, you know, let me try something. And I might go ahead and close because it's starting to rain. Let me see if I can find this because I couldn't find it earlier. Shame on me. You see, Psalm. Shame on me for not knowing this. I'll reveal it if I find it. Anyway, I won't go into it. But we have 100% truth, all right? You have to work on 100% faith. I have to work on 100% faith, okay? Because really, I mean, if you don't die, you're going to wish that you did. And when I say that, I'm talking about Esau. Who's not going to die in the fire? Esau. If you dig a little hole, right? But you're going to wish you did. That's the point. You're going to wish that you did die. So the point is that nobody gets no free pass. Even the elect, you're scarcely going to make it, meaning you're going to get some abrasions. You're going to be scared, right? Right? But your fear belongs to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah. So you got to manage your fear, man. There's healthy fear and there's unhealthy fear, right? You got to rehearse. You got to rehearse. You got to rehearse. You got to rehearse, right? Again, the Arab, the first one to see the plane. What happened? The plane explodes or goes down, and the Arab sees it, right? First thing he does, Allahu Akbar. He said, God damn, man. And he's in his right mind because the order is correct. And I'll say this every week. Okay? Arab prays, he prostrates himself and gets down and he prays 3 times a day. And if anything happens, the first, Allahu Akbar. Anything bad happens, he says, anything good happens, Allahu Akbar. He gets surprised and, Allahu Akbar. That's what happened. He saw that shit. And what happened was, he said the shit so quick, right after the explosion, everybody viewed it as though he had somehow done it, right? And then you realize quickly, after watching it for another 10 seconds, like, he didn't do it. His first reaction was to scream, God's great, right? And he's talking about his God. But what should you be? That's an example. What should be your first reaction to anything? Explosion. You have to rehearse that. The reason he's able to do those things, the reason he's able to respond instantly like that, because that's what he does every day. He rehearses that every day. So if you rehearse walking in the Spirit every day, before you know it, you're walking in the Spirit, right? And that's where faith lives. Faith lives, right? On that street called walking in the Spirit. Because it's a whole different frequency, right? You're not attached to the carnal, and that's the way out of here. The way out of here is the spiritual. And in order to walk in the Spirit, in order to have 100% faith, which is what is required, you got to walk in the Spirit. And how do you do that? Proverbs 1:7. Gotta remind you, don't be a goddamn fool. Don't be a fool. So you like that. Proverbs 1:7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise. Don't be a damn fool. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. What is the instruction? Here's your instructions, man. The elder Yashawamba out of Texas, the head of Texas, we're going to have to step out on a whole lot of faith. We're going to have to step out on a whole lot of, he's got a mantra. We're going to have to step out on a whole lot of faith, right? He always repeats that. King J, Malakya. Right. Appreciate you, dude, brother. Good to see you, Og. Malakya. Appreciate the brothers. Let me see, what is this? I got Habakkuk, right? Yep, the water, brother. You're still there. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. I can stay out here in the rain. If it ain't raining, it ain't training. I still got a few skills from that training that went down. Just get ready to eat that manna, right? And don't refuse the manna. Don't frown on the manna. You be grateful for the manna. Oh, they're coming to get me. Yeah, go right over. Yeah, I'm not down to. I'm going. These motherfucking devils, they know where we are. It's all right. One more time. See, don't be a fool. Fools despise instruction. What are your instructions? All right. You got to be. Here's how you walk in the Spirit. What is the Spirit? The words. Okay. What do you got to know? Agree with your adversary. These are the things that are going to, you got to walk like this, right? Never trust thine enemy. Agree with your adversary quickly. Know who your enemy is. Niggas are going to walk up and not understand who your enemy. Hey, guess what? The 2/3 are your enemy. So Issachar that don't know this truth, guess what? They're going to set you up. You got to use wisdom now. Okay? Now, even the Most High will make even your enemy to be at peace. So you gotta, the way you walk, if you're walking in the Spirit, you're gonna know, oh, this is my enemy. Right now, the Most High is making him be at peace with me. So I'm gonna hurry up and be in the way with him and get the hell up out of here. You gotta consider these things. I was telling the wife, right? I had to replace a piece on the car, and it's different from the rest of the car. And I'm like, well, this makes me stand out. And if somebody say, oh, well, there's that guy, right? You got to consider things. If you're trying to hide, how you hiding when, you know, you got a big 5 on the side of your Volkswagen like Herbie the Love Bug, right? You got to understand the son of Flubber for that one. Anyway. Here comes the famine, right? Hey, these motherfuckers are running amok. They're moving quick. And you know why. They know it. Elon know it. Next week is going to be the rebuttal. Oh, you can't just run up on the government like that. I'm like, well, how did it take you a whole week? Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Shout out to the brother, the Malakia, King J. Appreciate the brothers coming out. Brother Aziala. Very, very good teacher, that boy. Ecclesiastes, this is how I close. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High. There's that righteous fear, right? Balanced fear, right? You're going to get scared, but make sure your healthy fear is in order. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. This is my favorite, right? This scripture has kept me in the truth. Lord willing, it keeps me to the end, and we're all able to endure until then. This is Philippians 2 and 12. If I can find it, so I can bear with me. The famous Philippians 2 and 12. I'm only read that, get to the point. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence. Work out your own salvation with fear, healthy fear, and tremble. All right? So, there's healthy fear, right? And then there's fearing them that can hurt the body and not the spirit, or paraphrase, right? So anyway, you know, stay warm. Keep your feet dry. All right. Get some foot powder, some extra socks. Keep your feet dry. But when it's time to move, and you can't move because your feet are all fucked up, then you fucked up. All right. So with that, we hope that the elect edified you, brothers and sisters. Call Halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Kadash. Double honors, the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, even the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity. The hopeful elect tabernacle of victory. Shalom. Shalom, Akim. Shalom. Shalom, Akim. Shalom, Brother Aziala. The water to you as well. Shalom.